Yo, what's up, peeps? What's going on? So I'm excited. It's another performance mod for the V6, okay? So yeah, this is what we about to do, man. We finna swap out the LLT manifold with the LFX and replace it with the LFX manifold, ported manifold, that is, too. And I also have the ported throttle body from Kenny Camaro Roberts. Shout out to him. And we got the LFX Manifold that I got a good deal on. Found it on the V6 Performance channel. Good deal. I couldn't pass it up. So it came with the spacer, and I ended up purchasing that extender later from Jack Fab. Okay. So yeah, we finna go ahead and replace that LLT manifold with the LFX manifold and the ported 76mm throttle body. Okay. And while we got the manifold off, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the valves. And if the valves need cleaning, this is gonna turn into a manifold swap with the valve cleaning too. But it's only one way to find out. And if they are dirty, we're gonna go ahead and just clean those, and I'm gonna just throw that into this video too. It should be a straightforward swap. Just taking some bolts off and just remembering where everything goes, and wire hookups and stuff like that. And I have a strut tower brace that I may have to remove, but I'm not sure. But once we cross that bridge, I'll be able to tell once I get this manifold off and replace it with the new LFX manifold with the spacer and extender later. Because as you can see, with that extended later and that spacer, it's gonna raise this up, so it might not be able to fit in there. We might have to take this guy off, but hopefully I don't. But anyway, yeah, so that's what we're about to do, guys. Let's get into it. All right, so we got the engine cover off. Obviously that was easy. I went ahead and just put my old stock oil cap on, so I don't want nothing falling in there for obvious reasons. But first thing we're going to do is remove this elbow here and unmount the throttle body, because I want to actually show the comparison and see how much bigger it is in real life, live view, how much bigger the ported throttle body is compared to the stock one. So that's what we're about to do right now, okay? Okay, so I got the ported throttle body side by side. See if I can get a better comparison side by side. And you can obviously tell the one on the left is ported. And the main difference, obviously, that I see is this is a lot more thinner over here, okay, than this guy. This is the rim right here is a lot thicker. So that's definitely been ported. And I mean, you could just look at the difference right there. It definitely looks a little bit bigger. I mean, almost looks the same, but you can definitely tell the difference, okay? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and mount this guy onto the LFX manifold right here, and go ahead and proceed to take the LLT manifold off. Let's get it. Ported throttle body mounted to the manifold. Okay, dang, that thing sit up so high, man. All right, let's take the old one off. All right, so we fully got the LLT manifold unbolted. Just kind of walk you guys what I did. This bolt right here, you got to do that, and I believe that is a 10 milliliter bolt. You got to detach this cable right here. You have to unbolt this, and I believe that is this is a 13, and you have quantity 6. 1, 2, 3. Let me see, 4, 5, and then you got one more, which is the last one right there, 6. Okay, and then once you unbolt those, you have a few more that you have to undo too. But I just found out when I got my injectors replaced about a year ago, the idiots at the shop, I just realized that now they didn't bolt it back up. But if they would have did it properly, you would have had to unbolt this guy right here, but it's no bolt in there, as you can see. Okay, so I didn't have to do that, so that worked out. But then anyway, once you get that, then this whole manifold comes off, guys, and it's free. Okay, all right, let's take it off. Kind of got ahead of myself. So so don't forget to unmount this. Let me see if I can get some light here. Unmount this hose. It was plugged in right there, so just take that guy out, just set it to the side, and then going back here, you can see so once I went to pull it out, I noticed I was getting snagged. This little bracket piece was coming up. Okay, so these two screws back here is mounted to this bracket. You gotta remove these screws. Okay, and it's one, and then this one over here, two. Okay, and ironically, you would think they're the same size, but they're not. And I don't know if that was by design or if somebody put the wrong damn screw in when they put my manifold back on. I'm not sure. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so hopefully they didn't re-drill my holes. But anyway, this one right here is a 13, and this bolt over here is a 12 millimeter. Okay, so they're two different sizes. Again, I don't know why, but yeah, so just note that, guys, if you're taking this off. Okay, but anyway, yeah, once you get all those 6 on the top, get this guy right here, unplug this hose right here, and then unmount those 2 in the back. Your manifold should just slide right out. Okay, all right, guys, so there it is. We've successfully removed the intake manifold, the LFT manifold, that is, and it is right there. Okay, so first things first, big mistake not removing that strut tower brace first. I'm kind of regretting it, because obviously I can't even move the car now, and it was tough getting that manifold out of there. It was just so tight, the clearance wasn't there. So heads up, if you guys do have a strut tower brace, please don't be like me. Remove it. It'll make your life a lot easier, because as you can see, I can't move the car now. So what I'm gonna have to do in order to get that new one on there, because as you can see, that new one with that spacer is sitting a little bit higher. With that spacer and that extender later, it's sitting a little bit higher than the older one right here, and I can barely get that older one out. Okay, matter of fact, I removed the gasket. That's how I was able to get it back, because the room of this gasket was getting hung up. See how, look how thin that is. So once I removed this out of there, it was able to slide out, but it was getting caught up by these little posts right here. So you definitely please remove that strut tower brace. Okay, second thing, and I was kind of scared of, but I'm kind of glad that I know the truth now. I can't really get, I'm gonna have to go buy a flashlight so I can really get in there. I can't give you guys a good visual of those valves, but just know they are dirty, super dirty. So we definitely gonna be doing a valve clean before I install that intake manifold back on. Okay, because again, this flashlight, it won't even let you get in there to kind of see it. But I got another one coming that I'll be able to slide in there and light that area up, so you guys can definitely see how dirty those valves are. But yeah, so we're gonna do the valve cleaning definitely. But that's it for today. It's nighttime now. I got to go to the gym, so this is a to be continued process. Gonna come back, clean those valves, and then take this strut tower brace off tomorrow and install the new one with the throttle body, and then crank it up. Okay, to be continued. Go ahead and cover these that manifold. All right, guys, this has been an incredibly long process for me, but nevertheless, it's been a big learning curve and learning experience for me, and I'm glad I did it. But anywho, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those valves are clean. I'm actually working on that one right now because it's closed. That one is actually open. That's why I got it covered up. But I'm gonna go in here and try to get a good picture because those back two right there were actually the dirtiest. The other ones were bad, but these two were definitely the worst out of the bunch. And I'm gonna show you guys how bad they are, okay? See if I can get a good visual. So you can kind of see how crusty those are with that carbon buildup. Trying to get the best visual I can. Okay. So you guys can see down there. That is this one and the one right across from it, adjacent or whatever, is the worst ones out of the bunch, okay? So as you can see, those are pretty bad. So what I'm about to go ahead and do is, because I got my walnut blaster right there, end up having to purchase that thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it soak with some of this, because what I found to work the best was let it soak with some of this intake valve cleaner. Go ahead, try to scrape what I can, and then do the walnut blasting, and that seems to be getting them off pretty good. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're gonna go ahead and do now. Is put some of this intake valve cleaner in this one and just let it soak. So I got the valve cleaner in there. Let me just gonna let it kind of do its thing, and kind of in there soaking right now. Okay. Yeah, so what I kind of do is I let it just sit in there for about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. Let it really kind of break up all that carbon, build up. Then I go in there a little bit, kind of scrape, because again, these valves have never been cleaned. And, you know, the car is 13 years old now. They've never been cleaned or nothing like that. And then I just use my little handy pick here, kind of go in there, scrape what I can off. And I've been using this little napkin to go in there and kind of soak and dry all the residue up, and then, you know, blow it out, of course. And then once I get as much as I can off and out of there, I hit it with the walnut blaster, and that seems to do the trick with getting around the valves and you know, the side where I can't put this pick at, getting on the back side of the valves and everything. That walnut blaster, it's really coming in handy doing that. But it's a very tedious task, but it's definitely worth it, especially if you're trying to get your gas mileage back and stuff like that. I mean, and now that I know this process too, I won't ever be letting my valves get that dirty. I plan on cleaning this and treating it probably every 15 to 20,000 miles now. Okay, so yeah, it's been a process, guys, but I'm learning. I'm so glad I did this myself, because again, I'm ready to put that new manifold on. And yeah, so that's what it is. So once I get these, I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this process. Once I get those two cleaned up and mounted and get the intake manifold mounted on, then we're going to give it a start up. All right. Yeah. All right. So we got it in. Got the new updated throttle body. We got the updated manifold installed with the spacer and the extended. Okay. And again, we got everything torqued back down to spec, which is 18 pounds. They give you the pattern to torque these guys in to make sure that everything's evenly, because when you're torquing this thing down, you want it to mate flush with the engine, the top of the engine. So that's why they give you that torque. I had to cut those wires to make them a little bit longer so I can actually plug them into the new manifold, but that wasn't a problem. I got the oil catch can and everything hooked up. Going into the manifold there. The strut tower brace. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to probably get a different style one, because this is really kind of snug right here. It did fit, but it is snug. So I think I'm gonna actually update my strut tower brace, get a different style one, and plug this guy back in right there. This hole's in, and we're good, man. We're good to go. We're ready to crank this bad boy up and see what we're looking like, man. See how she's sounding. All right, so there we is, guys. Got the V6, we got the spacer on there, we got the extendulator on there, we got the new LFX throttle body on there, or intake manifold, and the throttle body 76mm throttle body on there. So yeah, she's running good, man. When I initially started it up, guys, I didn't film it, but I forgot to plug. I did all that work, right, and forgot to plug the damn throttle body cable up, and it started shooting codes and sporadic idling, all kind of stuff, man. And it took me about 10-15 minutes to figure it out, but I finally figured it out, guys. So it's crazy how something so small can throw everything off like that. I was kind of nervous, but yeah, man. So there it is, man. We done. We did the valve cleaning, and we installed the intake manifold with the throttle body on there. Everything's hooked up. She's sounding good. So now we're gonna go take it for a test drive and see how she's running. All right. Yo, guys. So that's what it is. I just put the LFX manifold on the LLT engine. That's what it is. So if you guys got any questions on that, any specifics, just let me know. I'm pretty good with answering comments on the channel. I know I haven't dropped too many videos this year, guys, but I've been so occupied. I just switched my careers. I left my job of nearly 20 years to switch over for something better, and that's definitely more lucrative, okay, and I'm gonna definitely benefit from. So that's where a lot of my time has been occupied and focused on, is just getting well adapted and readjusted to this new career I'm in. I won't be letting y'all know what the career is on this video, however I will in time, and it's definitely worth it. Okay, so that's where my time has been. But nonetheless, we still got a lot of stuff to do with the V6. She's running good. However, she does need a tune. Definitely needs a tune, because as you guys know, who's been following this channel, you know, I got the headers on there, I got the cold air intake, I got the it's cam now, it's catalyst, and all that other good stuff. However, now I got the manifold swap, I got a bigger throttle body, and I got the performance torque converter on the car. So she definitely needs to be retuned to accommodate all the performance mods. But again, I appreciate everybody who's been staying down with the channel, and all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all just stay down. I appreciate y'all, man. But with that said, yeah, we got a lot more stuff coming with the V6. For those who know me, you know we're not getting rid of the V6. We're gonna always keep it and just keep the ball rolling with it, okay? So on that note, y'all be safe, be blessed, and I'll check y'all out on the next one. Peace.